Dear students, today we are going to do the skill of explanation, micro skill of explanation. We have two types of components in this micro skill. First is desirable behaviors and the second one is undesirable behavior. So a teacher, while teaching a micro skill, when the teacher is explaining certain content, these desirable behavior is expected from the teacher. First desirable behavior is used explaining links. That means teacher teaches in continuity. That means one thing is in coherence with the other thing. They are explaining links between one statement and another. And it can only happen if teacher has the full content knowledge. Second is used introductory statement. That means a teacher uses a nice introductory statement that students, today we are going to learn this. Let's learn this. Something like that, interesting, which would arouse the interest of the students. Third is used visual techniques. That means a teacher can also use visual techniques while explaining something. The teacher can use a blackboard, a teacher can use a live object, a teacher can use some teaching aid, a model or some object also to teach the concept. Because it's a micro skill, so that means the teacher has to use a small thing to explain the concept because the total lesson is of 5 to 7 minutes duration. Then define technical word. If there are some technical words in the content or the concept teacher is teaching, then the teacher has to explain that particular technical word also. Interesting to the student, whether the content taught by the teacher is interesting for the students. Did the students liked it? It can be noticed from the behavior of the students. Then covered essential points, whether the teacher covered all the essential points or not. Then testing pupil understanding by asking questions. Teacher can ask 1 or 2 questions in between also in a micro lesson to just check out whether the students are able to understand or grasp what the teacher is teaching. Then we have some undesirable behavior. That means what is expected from a teacher, that a teacher must not do all these things. Use of irrelevant statements. A teacher should be focused. Teacher should teach what is relevant, not the irrelevant things. Lack of continuity in statements will happen only if the teacher is not having full content knowledge. Lack of fluency in explanation. Again, the statements, maybe teacher will say, this type of slang should not be used in the class while teaching. Then lack of fluency in explanation. That means teacher should be fluent in the explanation. Used vague words and phrases. No vague words, the meaningless words or the phrases should be used in the classes. So this is the undesirable. If the teacher is using these words, that is undesirable, not desired of a teacher. So students, I hope the components of skill of explanation are clear to you. Now we'll move to the chapter. Various factors of production. So factors of production is my topic. Now, before explaining the concept of factors of production, we must know what is production. So production is producing something or creating something in large quantities or growing something in large quantities. That is known as production. Production doesn't mean doing something in a small quantity, but production means growing something in the large quantities. So that is known as production. So in any production process, there are various kinds of resources which are used in that production process. Now this is a small chalk. Even this is made in a factory, chalk factory, where there are different resources which are used. Now we'll talk about those resources. Different factors of production. That means different factors of production which are used. Now first factor of production is land. Even a small chalk like this has to be made at certain place. There has to be place. There has to be a land on which it is made. It can be a shop, it can be a factory, but there has to be a land. Then we have labor. Somebody is making it. It is not made by itself, but somebody is making this small piece of chalk also. So we need labor. So maybe labor is, we call the unskilled people labor. Maybe we say that a fan is made somewhere, so some skillful people are also required. So we need people to work on the production process. Then we have capital, that means money. This is the money. Either the owner of the shop has his own money or they borrow from the bank, but obviously they need to have some money for any production process, whether the farmer is growing the vegetables or growing the wheat crop in the farm, so they need money to input some raw material in it. Then we have the fourth is entrepreneur. Fourth factor of production is entrepreneur. Entrepreneur is the owner of the business, owner of the production process, where there is production is going on, the owner of that particular land or particular farm is the entrepreneur. So now, looking at all these factors of production, so in this making of even a small chalk, the production process, the factors of production are involved. So we need a land where it has to be made, we need people who are making it, we need money that could be input in making this, and then we have entrepreneur, the person who is organizing all those activities, that is owner of that particular thing, so that they are getting profit out of it. Every business is having a profit motive. So now in terms of land, they need to pay rent, they are having some shop, they need to pay rent for that. For labor, they need to pay wages. For the capital, they need to pay interest. And for the entrepreneur, after taking out all the cost of the business, whatever is left is with the entrepreneur, that is the profit is with the entrepreneur. So this way we are having different factors of production. In every production process, we